Hello everybody, welcome back to the Gamers Digester channel. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. I make videos daily, and today I think I'm just going to hop right into it. So I'm trying to make a video, specifically the title for this video. I was having honestly a hard time on trying to come up with a good descriptor. So the general points I'm going to be covering today while I play Forza in the background for all of you ADHD deprived maniacs like me. It's going to be, did Asus break even? Did they make money? Was this even close to being a loss? As far as the pricing and just general things like that. I'll be comparing this launch to the Steam Deck and the Nintendo Switch, not necessarily in units sold, but just in terms of what we got. So the Steam Deck and Nintendo Switch, I'm going to be comparing those to this just because their price points kind of vary, and I feel like as far as the handheld market, these three are probably the most common that you'll end up seeing. So if you bought a Nintendo Switch in the past few years, which probably you have because it's one of the best-selling handheld devices, if you remember that unboxing experience, there was a lot with that. There was the dock, there was accessories as far as the little controller port thing that you'd slip your Joy-Cons into. There was all sorts of things. And that was on top of the Nintendo Switch itself. And I'll get into why I feel like that is absolutely something they can do, not necessarily just because of the specs of the device, but just because Nintendo as a company. The Steam Deck, if you purchased, now this is where things get a little murky and I should have done a little bit more research, but you guys let me know, did the $350 or $400 version of the Steam Deck, did that come with a carrying case? I can't remember if it did or not. Mine is the $700 and it came with the hard carry exclusive carrying case. And for me, that's kind of a big deal right out of the box. But I've covered that in other videos. But yeah, what did we get with the Ally straight out of the box? We got the device and a modified laptop charger and a paper cutout of what may have been mistaken for garbage or packaging. Yeah, that's actually the phone stand, or the phone stand. It's what it looks like. It's what they want us to believe is the stand for now. I'd say now would be a good point to kind of jump into why I think that the Asus couldn't include more. So if you take a look at what Nintendo is, what the Steam Deck is, and what Steam is as a company, they have an ecosystem. I think Nintendo might be a better example, but if you're more familiar with Steam, I'll go over that too. So when buying a game from Nintendo, they make the money. Like, it's a no-brainer, right? Like if you're buying a game to play on the Nintendo Switch, regardless, they're making money. The Switch was just the entryway to get you in the door. Xbox does the same thing. So they actually sold the Series X at I believe, somewhat of a loss there. And they made almost everything back and more on controllers, on games, accessories, stuff like that. So the thing that, and the Steam Deck goes right along with that. If any of you are playing a game on the Ally and you have it on Steam, you're pretty much helping support the Steam Deck. Whether you like it or not, that's just how it works. So when the Ally was announced, it's not a bad thing for them. This just means that there's more reason for people to play games on Steam. It's just another platform for them. So competition doesn't really exist for Steam at the moment. You could, if you're just comparing the Ally to the Steam Deck, yeah, they're, I guess, competitors. But as far as like money-wise, it's like Microsoft and Sony. It's like you can barely even compare the two. But the Ally, it being backed by Asus or created by Asus, they don't have an ecosystem. They don't, the accessories that they launched beside the Ally, if you guys remember any of the reviewers reviewing those devices, can you remember? The controller, that $200 OLED screen controller that nobody really asked for, that was there to kind of, I guess, help with the price margins. I'm not entirely sure. I can look into this a lot more and get specific numbers, but just for right now, if we're just looking at this broadly, yeah, that and the case that they're gouging people for on Best Buy, that is where they're trying to, I guess, make up for the money, because Asus doesn't have a platform or a ecosystem, I guess. If you buy their graphics card or you buy their motherboard, they have to make money off of that. There's not really any other places besides these cheaper controllers that they can make those profits back. So that $700 was probably hard for them to bite, and finalize and say that's what our price is going to be. But obviously it worked, right? Like, I mean, pretty much all of you watching this either have one pre-ordered or are considering purchasing one. I've loved mine. I know that I've been making some videos on the issues that I've been running into, but guys, I hope I made this a big enough point in my original video. This is just the first week. Like, first week and a half, depending on when you're watching this. It's they have their hands full. Asus, if you're kind of caught up in the tech world a little bit, their motherboards are having problems, graphics cards are breaking. Just, they've got a lot of stuff going on right now, and the timing of everything doesn't really mix well with the launch of this, but they have said that they are working on fixes for a lot of the issues that we're running into. For me, it was just trying to get damn Forza to open. I probably was sitting here for about 15 minutes ready to record, just trying to get Forza to open so that I could just sit here and drift around the mountains, because honestly, I can't put Forza down. I literally, all night I was playing Forza in bed. I know I may talk crap on some of these devices and stuff, but guys, I'm just as much of an addict as pretty much every single one of you, if not worse. So just know that when I'm saying these things, I'm not saying them out of hatred or I'm trying to attack you guys. I understand that we all like handhelds and we're all here for the same reason. So just want to get that out of the way, because I do love playing these devices. I just like the commentary. I like talking to people about them, speculating and stuff and whatnot. But yeah, kind of back to what I was talking about. One of the cool things that the Ally came with that was kind of, I didn't expect. It was one of the reasons that I purchased the Ally, but was the 3 months free Game Pass. If you guys have the device and didn't realize that it comes with Game Pass, you could be playing Forza right now if you don't own it, and go claim your Game Pass. I said that it came with just the charger and that. It does come with 3 months Game Pass, which I guess has a value around $45, but you can't really put a price on those kind of subscriptions, in my opinion, just because it all comes down to, is that subscription worth it for you, the consumer? Like Disney Plus, I feel is for me, is almost worthless. I don't like Marvel. I hate being pulled along on a string like this. I love Star Wars, but not enough to spend that much money a month, For me, Game Pass is great. I try to purchase all of the games that I like to play so that I can have them in my library and not be paywalled. But for something like this, where I had Forza on Game Pass on my Xbox, all my save data is already there. It's I don't want to purchase it on Steam, have to link stuff. So it just makes sense to keep playing it on Game Pass for the time being. So that is one of the perks that I am trying to look at on a positive side that this came with. And of course, when that 3 months ends, if you're kind of attached to it, of course, the idea is that you're going to keep buying their product and be a Game Pass member for life, which is their best case scenario. One other thing that I feel like I've talked about a lot, but if you're kind of new to the channel here, I'm a little upset at the lack of accessories at the moment for the Ally. For me, I love having cases. I like to do reviews for cases, and when I mean cases, I don't mean carrying cases. I mean actual cases for the device that will protect it when you're playing. Something that will keep my greasy hands off this nice white device. And so far, I made a video about a week ago talking about I think it was the lack of cases is alarming, something along those lines. Still, guys, nothing. And I kind of predicted in the video that it might be a month or two before we see something, but I at least thought there would be skins or something that would pop up. Now that we have preview units on hand, Asus isn't making a damn thing. No one is making anything. And it's not like this is some back alley device that no one heard about. We all knew this was coming. Whether this was an April Fool's joke gone bad or what, it's in our hands, and a lot of people are liking this. I am loving this device, and I've got a OLED switch screen protector on here, which a lot of you guys have found pretty funny. I think it's hilarious that it fits just well enough for me to not feel cringy and want to take it off. It does work, but yeah, I really don't have anything else to say. It's for me, it's a little just as someone who like wants to, I mean, I'm sure you guys know how this feels. As somebody who wants to purchase an item, right? Like if you go somewhere to purchase something and it just isn't there for no good reason. Like if you go to Best Buy and you're looking for something that definitely should be at Best Buy and they tell you it is not, you kind of feel a little bit taken back, almost betrayed. You may not even be realizing that, but or it's some maybe you're holding them hostage or something. But all jokes aside, I feel like this is something that should be out by now. And honestly, the amount of support I got on that video makes me feel a little bit more validated. I'm not making these videos to get validation, but it makes me realize that it's not just me. There was one or two that kind of felt like I was being a little over dramatic, but hey man, when you drop yours and you wish you had a case on it, you can always delete the comment or come crying. But I don't know. I feel like the Asus team right now, I don't know if they took a loss on the device. I guess to kind of wrap back here and finish my original thoughts. In these one take videos, I tend to get scatterbrained, but honestly, I think it probably came close, like very close. And it definitely shows with how little they were able to include with the device. I mean, I joke about this, but honestly, to me, it's just insulting. The paper cutout. They included it. They let you know that they could do it, but they did it out of cardboard and not like, I don't know if they're trying to be eco-friendly or what, like plastic, anything. Like it's literally just like paper mache cardboard. I could probably make something better out of a soda can, which I'm not going to because that just defeats the whole point. It's just something that should have came with the device. Like the Switch has a stand built in, whether you hated it or not on the original Switch. They kept that because they realized that's something that's important to people. Like when I'm gaming at work, I'm holding my hands down like this. I'd love to have a stand on the back of this that I could be leaning against the desk so that I'm not having to hold this up the whole time. And I know that I'm not alone when I say that. My Steam Deck, I have a subcase case on that has a very big stand on the back that you can literally just prop up and it will hold all of the weight of that big device. And it just makes like the experience, everything so much better. This video is dragging on a little bit longer than I'd like. I'm going to be making another one here right after this. And that video will be a kind of a comparison between the Steam Deck and the Ally so far after having it for about a week. So if that's something that interests you, be prepared for that. That is definitely going to be coming out here just right after this one. So with that, I'll let you guys discuss your opinions, and if you think what I'm saying makes any sense, if I'm crazy, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you feel like you like this video, drop a like, hit that subscribe button. I'll leave it with that. We are cruising. I think we're at 650, somewhere around there. Guys, we're crushing it. I know I say we, this is a community that I'm trying to make here of like-minded people. And I think I'm really finding you guys well. The algorithm's really guiding me to the right place, which I didn't think would happen so soon, but here we are. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Have a good rest of your day and game on.